gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, shout around? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
An Inglewood man is charged with murdering two men he met on a dating app and trying to kill a third. 34-year-old Rockim Prowell was arraigned today in downtown LA. He's accused of killing Miguel King in 2021. His body was found in the Angeles National Forest. And Robert Gutierrez in 2023. His body was never found. Prowell is also facing 1 count of attempted murder, 2 counts of carjacking, assault with a deadly weapon, and burglary. He was arrested last Thursday and has been behind.
Wow, so this is a crazy story here. You have a serial killer who is in Inglewood, whoop-de-whoop, right? And he's taking people's lives, man. He is luring them through a dating app. This is a homosexual, I guess he's homosexual, or maybe he's not, and he's targeting homosexual men. But there are twists and turns in this story that are pretty unbelievable. But the fact he was able to do this for so long and finally has been charged is pretty evident to the inactivity of the police and just how LAPD is pretty much worthless. Honestly, they're not able to do their jobs, or maybe they don't even want to do their jobs. I don't know. But we were told in 2021 by one of the police chiefs or higher ups in the police department in LA that they can't protect you if you come to LA. So this is a result of that.
Behind bars ever since. He had been on probation for a series of high-profile burglaries. And why you're seeing this picture here, this happened between 2019 and 2021. Investigators say he used a mask and disguised himself as a white man.
So my man was using whiteface. He was using whiteface. That's crazy.
It's one of those full rubber face masks, very realistic looking. If Prowell is convicted as charged in the dating app deaths, he faces death or life in prison without the possibility of parole.
County Sheriff's Department, Los Angeles County, Los Angeles Sheriff Robert Luna.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta is suing LA County and the Sheriff's Department over jail conditions, calling them, quote, unconstitutional and inhumane. Fox 11's Susan Hirasuna here to break that down for us.
Tonight at 11, 2 local men murdered. Investigators say both were lured to their deaths through an online dating app. And the man now under arrest and charged with their murders is well known to police for a string of previous burglaries in which he wore a mask to hide his identity. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher has more on how detectives connected all the dots. Michelle.
Mark, when someone goes online looking for love, the last thing they might expect is violence. The LA County District Attorney's Office now charging a local man for a murder spree, seemingly luring in his victims with the cruel bait and switch.
This man, 34-year-old Rockim Prowell of Inglewood, on Monday was charged with murdering 2 men and attempting to kill another after connecting with all 3 of the alleged victims on a dating app.
Bail is set at no bail.
Prowell hidden as he appeared before a judge in a downtown Los Angeles courtroom today as the LA County District Attorney released details of his alleged murder spree. Investigators say Prowell's first victim was Miguel Angel King. They met up on July 20th, 2021 after connecting through an online dating app. Prowell accused of fatally shooting King and stealing his car. King's remains were discovered in the Angeles National Forest 3 weeks later.
Damn. Just dumped the man in the forest. Just like that. These super gremlins. around demon time.
And 2 years after that, on August 21st, 2023, investigators say Prowell made plans with 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez, who he also met through the same dating app. Gutierrez's family reporting him missing 2 days later, his body never discovered, investigators locating his car in Prowell's garage when he was arrested last week. A third unidentified 40-year-old victim, investigators say, met up with Prowell earlier this year on February 22nd. The pair also connecting online. Prowell accused of binding the victim, beating him with a bat, and stealing his wallet.
Damn. I mean, that guy's lucky to have left with his life, considering how dangerous this dude really is, man.
The victim managing to escape, but investigators allege Prowell chased him with a car, hit him, breaking his leg. And take a look at this security footage of what appears to be a white man, but it's really a masked Rockim Prowell wearing the disguise he used during a series of burglaries across Los Angeles between 2019 and 2021, a crime Prowell is currently on probation for.
Prowell currently being held with no bail, with his arraignment now set for next month. If convicted, Prowell faces life in prison without parole or the death penalty. The DA's office saying a decision on whether to seek the death penalty will come at a later date. Mark?
Michelle Fisher, thank you.
We begin with a shocking double murder. The suspect, police say, met his victims on a dating app. Denied he's charged with killing them. A third man he met on the app managed to escape. We've reported on the suspect before for wearing a rubber mask while burglarizing homes. Fox 11's Laura Diaz live in the Inglewood neighborhood where the suspect used to live. Laura.
Yes, Susan, shock is spreading through this quiet Inglewood neighborhood, as you just reported. What we heard today from prosecutors, they allege that a man who lived in this neighborhood used a dating app to lure his victims and then murdered them. That's what the prosecutor's office is saying. Now, as you can imagine, when people here heard the story, they were really outraged. Let's listen.
We had no idea. It was just a really quiet neighborhood. Never suspected something like that so close to home, literally across the street.
Does it make you nervous?
A little bit.
The suspect was seen here right after his arrest for a series of burglaries. That was in the city of Beverly Hills as well as in L.A. And as you referenced at the top there, Susan, he often wore a mask over his face. That's what prosecutors said, and that's why he was hard to detect initially. Now, we're talking about 34-year-old suspect Rockim Prowell. Prosecutors charging him with the murder of two men. In 2023, Robert Gutierrez, he met the suspect, according to authorities. His family reported him missing. His body has not been found. And also 2 years before that, Miguel Angel King. Now, Prowell is accused of shooting him dead and then stealing his vehicle.
Now, you know, oftentimes when we speak about serial killers, we think of the Dahmers of the world, but we're not really giving credit to the contributions, negative contributions, obviously, contributions nonetheless, that the community has made to this serial killer epidemic. And I mean, it's pretty scary. You got a guy who is disguising himself, luring people in through dating apps, and you never know what's on the other side of those apps. So, man, the fact that he was doing this and so consistently throughout the years makes you wonder if he has any more victims.
King's remains were found later in the Angeles National Forest. The authorities say that they have strong forensic evidence that they obtained. And again, looking at video that was shot here in Inglewood as people started to hear the story of what authorities are alleging. Now, earlier at 8 o'clock, we told you that we talked to a neighbor who was awakened very early on Friday. He said that he heard a helicopter. It came so low that he thought he could actually see the face of the pilot. That's how low it was flying. Now, he said that authorities were in the quiet neighborhood for about 5 hours. Multiple vehicles, as they poured over that one address, went inside. He said he never saw anybody led away in handcuffs. He didn't even see them carry out boxes, but he he did say that they maintained themselves on the premises. Now, as you know, the suspect was in court earlier today in downtown Los Angeles. Our cameras were there, but they were not allowed to photograph the suspect. As far as the formal arraignment, that has been pushed to next month, October 16th. But again, authorities seemingly very proud of themselves today, as they said a series of cold cases where they drew the lines together and came up with this one larger case. But this person is alleged to have murdered 2 men and attempted murder of a third, but somehow that victim, the alleged victim, was able to get away, and I'm sure will tell a harrowing story one day, but so far not hearing from that last victim. But that is the latest here from Inglewood. Sending it back to the studio.
The Alert Desk is tracking a big story out of California. The streets this morning, and if convicted, this man could be facing the death penalty. You're looking at 34-year-old Rockim Prowell. He's accused of killing 2 men and trying to kill a third after meeting all of them on a dating app. So LA prosecutors say that they have linked him to the murder of Miguel Angel King and then stole his car, which was found just miles from the suspect's home. Well, King's body was later found in the Angeles National Forest. The suspect is also linked to the murder of Robert Gutierrez, and at this hour, his body has not been found. But get this, his car was recently found in a garage where the suspect lived. A third man who met Prowell from a dating app escaped, but was tied up, beaten with a baseball bat, and then hit by a car. The suspect is the same man who made headlines for dozens of burglaries. That's where investigators say he wore a lifelike mask. You're about to see it. There it is. It even had hair to try and disguise his identity.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetizing shadow banning this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
2 local men murdered. Investigators say both were lured to their deaths through an online dating app, and the man now under arrest and charged with their murders is well known to police for a string of previous burglaries in which he wore a mask to hide his identity. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher has more on how detectives connected all the dots. Michelle.
Mark, when someone goes online looking for love, the last thing they might expect is violence. The LA County District Attorney's Office now charging a local man for a murder spree, seemingly luring in his victims with the cruel bait and switch.
This man, 34-year-old Rockim Prowell of Inglewood, on Monday was charged with murdering 2 men and attempting to kill another after connecting with all 3 of the alleged victims on a dating app.
Bail is set at no bail.
Prowell hidden as he appeared before a judge in a downtown Los Angeles courtroom today as the LA County District Attorney released details of his alleged murder spree. Investigators say Prowell's first victim was Miguel Angel King. They met up on July 20th, 2021, after connecting through an online dating app. Prowell accused of fatally shooting King and stealing his car. King's remains were discovered in the Angeles National Forest 3 weeks later. Then 2 years after that, on August 21st, 2023, investigators say Prowell made plans with 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez, who he also met through the same dating app. Gutierrez's family reporting him missing 2 days later, his body never discovered, investigators locating his car in Prowell's garage when he was arrested last week. A third unidentified 40-year-old victim, investigators say, met up with Prowell earlier this year on February 22nd. The pair also connecting online. Prowell accused of binding the victim, beating him with a bat, and stealing his wallet. The victim managing to escape, but investigators allege Prowell chased him with a car, hit him, breaking his leg. And take a look at this security footage of what appears to be a white man, but it's really a masked Rockim Prowell wearing the disguise he used during a series of burglaries across Los Angeles between 2019 and 2021, a crime Prowell is currently on probation for.
Prowell currently being held with no bail, with his arraignment now set for next month. If convicted, Prowell faces life in prison without parole or the death penalty. The DA's office saying a decision on whether to seek the death penalty will come at a later date. Mark?
Michelle Fisher, thank you.
Now at 11, luring men through a dating app with the intent to kill. Prosecutors say a man from Inglewood killed 2 and tried to kill a 3rd. And NBC4 has confirmed another string of crimes linked to the same man in costume and wearing a Michael Myers mask. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. These crimes date back to 2019. And if not for a recent victim escaping, police say he could still be out there. NBC4's Starsha Phillips live in downtown LA now with the details for us. Starsha.
Carolyn, the DA says that this man preyed on his victims. He lured them through an online dating app to a certain location and then attacked him. And then also the DA says that this guy had a very chilling criminal past. Take a look at these photos. These photos of a man wearing a Michael Myers mask is the alleged murderer. According to police, 34-year-old Rockim Prowell burglarized homes in Beverly Hills wearing this mask. Those burglaries happened in 2019 to 2020. Prowell was caught and was put on probation, but his crimes...
So my man is wearing a mask with no gloves. I'm sitting here like, how did they identify him? He had that mask on. He have no gloves. I mean, this is wild. He does have the Michael Myers mask. There's a knife like hanging out of his head, a fake knife. I mean, this is absolutely wild. He really like wanted to be a serial killer. Like, he fully embraced that role.
Apparently only escalated. Here's some pictures of Prowell without the mask. This is actually his booking photo after he was arrested last week. Prowell was also in court today facing murder and attempted murder charges. His first victim in July 2021, 51-year-old Miguel Angel King, police say met with Prowell after connecting on a dating app. Now, according to police, Prowell shot King and stole his car and dumped King's body in the Angeles National Forest, where it was found a month later. Then his second victim in August 2023, 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez met Powell on the same online dating site. 2 days later, Gutierrez's family reported him missing. He has never been found. And in February of this year, a 40-year-old man connected with Prowell again on a dating app. When they met up, police say Prowell bound the victim, stole his wallet, and beat him with a baseball bat. The victim managed to escape, but Prowell chased him and struck him with his car, breaking the victim's leg. The victim did survive. Police arrested Prowell last week at his home in Inglewood and say they found his second victim's car parked in his garage and forensic evidence linking him to the first victim and the victim who survived. Now, back here live, the district attorney says if convicted of these charges, Prowell could face the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole. That's the latest from downtown Los Angeles tonight. I'm Starsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
34-year-old Inglewood man has been charged in the deaths of 2 men and for allegedly attempting to kill a 3rd man after meeting the victims via online dating apps.
The charges come some 4 years after the first victim was killed. Rachel Menatop is live in downtown LA at the courthouse where the suspect was arraigned today. Rachel?
Share Micah, the suspect's name is Rockim Prowell, and he was denied bail during his arraignment today. He was arrested last week at his home in Inglewood and charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, among several other charges. 4-year-old Rockim Prowell inside a downtown LA criminal courthouse Monday, accused of luring at least 3 men through the same dating app, killing 2 of them and attempting to kill the 3rd. The Inglewood resident pictured here, he's been described as a prolific burglar in the Beverly Hills and LA area, oftentimes wearing a lifelike mask that included hair to disguise himself. He's now implicated in a number of grisly murders. In July of 2021, Prowell met 51-year-old Miguel Angel King through a dating app and allegedly shot him and discarded his remains in the Angeles National Forest. In August of 2023, a man named Robert Gutierrez agreed to meet Prowell. They had been talking through the same dating app. 2 days later, Gutierrez's family reported him missing and his body hasn't been found. When investigators arrested Prowell last week, they found the victim's car in his garage. Finally, in February of this year, a 40-year-old man and Prowell connected online. Prowell allegedly bound the victim, stole his wallet, and beat him with a baseball bat. The victim managed to escape, but Prowell chased him with his car, hitting him and breaking his leg.
And Prowell has been on probation for a series of burglaries in the Beverly Hills and Los Angeles areas from 2019 to 2021. His arraignment today was continued into October. That's the very latest downtown. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Share Micah, back to you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.